Yes.
Okay, is everybody ready on Anthony Garay?
Right.
Judge, I'll be covering that. Jordan Brown.
Anthony Gray, Judge?
Yeah, are you ready, Scotty?
Yes, we're ready. My God, come on up, Anthony. Can you hear me okay, Judge?
Yes, I can.
Stand right here. So that-
Who's doing it for the state?
It's
Jordan
Jordan
Brown,
Brown, Judge.
Okay. You ready, Mary Beth? Okay. All right, this is cause number 2019 CR 8211. Is your name Anthony Garay?
Yes.
Okay, my records reflect that you were here a while back and that you entered a plea to a reduction from the original charge to indecency with a child by contact. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay, the probation department has conducted a PSI. The state is recommending that you receive no more than 12 years in prison, and they're opposing your application for deferred. Is that your understanding of your agreement?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Simpson, is that your understanding of what happened at the previous hearing?
It is, Your Honor. The previous hearing was done on Zoom. We were here in person today in the courtroom. I have filed a sentencing memo, and I've gone over the sentencing memo with my client and the PSI report. We're ready to proceed whenever you're ready, Judge.
Okay, I have reviewed the PSI report and as well as your sentencing memo prior to today's hearing. So, Mr. Sims, do you have anything to add to the PSI? Any corrections?
I don't have any corrections, Judge. I just simply, and I know I don't want to reiterate what I already said in the sentencing memo. I know these are difficult cases to get up and ask the court to consider probation on. So I don't want to pretend it's not a difficult ask. It just, I've represented a lot of different clients, and I know when you read the PSI, it sounds very bad. He's been one of the easiest and most pleasant people I've ever represented. And so I know I've reflected all the reasons why I think he should get probation in my memo. And I still stick by that. I think I think it's obvious he's a good candidate for probation because he's been on basically GPS for 3 years, for almost four years, and not had any problems. So I would just ask the judge to consider all that when she makes her decision.
Okay, all right. What's the state have to say?
Yes, Judge. Obviously, you do have the sentencing memo of all the good things the defendant has done since this offense. However, the state would argue that those things are taken into consideration, the offer that was made. He was allowed to plead to a lesser included on one victim on a multi-victim continuous sex abuse case with some pretty bad allegations, as the court has had the opportunity to review. Based on the actions of the defendant, based on the plea that the state has offered and been accepted by the defendant, the state is requesting the court assess the full cap of 12 years.
Okay, Mr. Simpson, does your client want to say anything?
He's not very good at public speaking, Judge. So he's happy with what I've said in the sentencing memo.
Okay. All right. Having considered the plea paperwork, the PSI, as well as the sentencing memo, and Mr. Simpson, you are right. These are hard cases. And I'm going to follow the plea bargain. I'm going to assess Mr. Garay's punishment at 12 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division. Is there any legal reason why the sentence cannot be imposed?
There is not, Judge.
Okay, then that's my order. He needs to comply with Chapter 62 of the Code of Criminal Procedure regarding sex offender registration, no contact with Jocelyn or Jaslyn Trevino. And since I did follow the plea bargain, Mr. Garay, you do not have a right to appeal without my permission. Anyway, good luck to you, sir. I wish things were different.
Judge, if I can just have a moment. Initially, we did have a victim impact. I was told yesterday that the victim impact would not be happening. I'm just trying to confirm with my advocate. If you can just give me a couple minutes to confirm
Sure.
before we send him out.
Yep.
Can we have a seat, or what do you want to?
Yeah, you can have a seat. We can close the record for now.
So that's what we're going to do. Just look at what he says.
Your Honor, may I approach
Yes.
Catherine Valenzuela?
Hi.
Hi, I have a Geronimo Garza on the docket today.
Okay.
It was to be, I'm giving you a hint of what I'm gonna say. It was to be a plea, and right now I just talked to him and he's like, he cannot Zoom on because his job is like threatening that he will lose it if he doesn't.
Okay.
We're-
When
And
is
he lives out of county. And so this was perfect for him to do, but he says, no, I can appear in person next week. I just cannot. He's also on probation out of county. So and that's been some of the issues. We were trying to coordinate everything so that we were trying to get this, we want to get it transferred, but we wanted to find out what he had to do on probation to not, do the same, to get the right conditions. So he's been complying with the probation out of county, and the job is just not giving way today.
Sarah, can you recall that one for next week for him?
1 second.
Like a deal
I'm
from,
sorry, Judge. I was on a phone call. What happened?
oh, that's okay. On Geronimo Garza, he's gonna get fired if he logs on. So Catherine wants to know, can he come in next week? He wants to.
It's gonna be in person.
I understand that, and I explained that to him.
Okay, what day? Tuesday or Thursday?
Let's do Thursday.
The 30th? Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor. And
All right, maybe you
We're
can get the
gonna do this.
paperwork with the state done ahead of time.
we will.
Okay, thanks.
Judge, I don't know if you saw my chat, but we do not have impact statements, so we have no reason to keep Mr. Gray anymore.
Okay, all right. I guess whoever's in the courtroom, Mr. Gray, can be taken.